On India Business Hour, I'm Shireen Bhan. The headlines we're tracking for you tonight.
Both SBI and LIC have issued detailed statements. They have very clearly said that their exposure is very well within the permitted limits.
In her first reaction to the Adani crisis, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says the exposure of SBI and LIC remain within permissible limits, asserts that India remains a well-regulated financial market and that regulators have kept the stock markets in prime condition. That's a Network 18 exclusive. Adani Group stocks see wild swings in trade. Some group stocks end in the green after getting battered for the last 6 sessions. Sources say LIC has not sold any shares yet and will get on a call with the Adani top management. SBI says loans to Adani form 0.9% of its total loan book, which is more than 27,000 crore rupees, remains confident of the Adani Group's ability to service its debt. RBI issues a rare statement saying it remains vigilant and that banks are in compliance of the large exposure framework. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman expects the fall in inflation to sustain for the long term, says the cooling off prices is not momentary and there shouldn't be much pressure on the central bank to maintain the pace of rate hikes. Also adds that the final decision rests with the Monetary Policy Committee, which meets next week. A volatile week on Dalal Street ends with the Sensex gaining over 2%. Adani Enterprises, the top loser, down over 42% this week. IPC reports a steady Q3. Profits rise 21%. Margins expand to more than 38% ahead of estimates, but revenue growth of over 2% was lower than expectations. Indigo's Q3 profits soar 11-fold as air travel takes off. Revenues grow more than 60% as higher demand offset the rise in fuel costs. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet report a slowdown in growth in Q4. A drop in advertising revenue and a slowdown by consumer spending leads to cautious growth outlook from the top tech firms. The Supreme Court gives the government 10 days to clear names for the transfer of judges, warns of unpalatable consequences in case the centre fails to clear names. The court observes the government may have a view on new appointments, but to not allow even transfer of judges was impermissible. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will make a rare visit to China next week, hoping to stabilize the rocky relationship between both sides. Ahead of that visit, the U.S. claims to have spotted a suspected Chinese spy balloon over Montana. This could strain relationship between both nations even further. Well, the top story tonight, and this